most famous reindeer of all. Just Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose.
Hey, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Quinn. I'm a registered nurse with over 20 years of expertise, and this is the #1 place to be for self-care and health information, strictly for the ladies. All right, so in this video, I want to talk to you about boric acid suppositories and pH balance. I just made a video and I talked about some frequently asked questions that I get regarding boric acid suppositories. So in this video, I kind of wanted to explain the use of them a little bit more and why people choose them versus choosing other things. And okay, so without getting too scientific, you know what I'm saying, like scientific on you. Let me tell you something that happened that's real funny to me. I had a comment from somebody that was like, are you a real nurse because you don't be using medical terminology? And the thing is, I know the medical terminology, but now I might misspell something, you know, I might mispronounce something, but I know the medical terminology after being in the game for 20 years. But when I'm talking to y'all, it's like I'm talking to my girls. Like, I'm not sitting around talking to my girls using medical terminology. I'm using it like I would use it. I ain't even use a proper grammar. Can we be honest? I don't even use proper grammar when I talk to my girls. So that's the only reason I'm not sitting here stating just, you know, all these phrases and stuff about, you know what I'm saying. So I just wanted to put that out there because I thought that was very interesting that she wanted to be talked to. Maybe she was a nurse or something. I don't know. But that being said, let me focus. pH, the normal pH of a vag is 3.5 to 4.5. Now that's like the perfect balance. You know, that's the balance we want it to live in. But sometimes it gets thrown off by different things. We'll get into that in just a minute. But if it gets too alkaline or too acidic, that's when we start to have the troubles. Now, the reasons we can have it get too alkaline or too acidic are a multitude of things. Now, the things that can throw it off, one can be pregnancy. Pregnancy will throw your pH balance off. If you have never had a yeast infection, you might once you get pregnant. You might not, but you may, because your body got a, you know, it's growing a human inside of it, and it ain't used to doing that for most of the time. So therefore, you get thrown out of whack. So that just goes to show you how even some of the most natural occurrences can cause your pH balance to be off. Another thing that can cause your pH balance to be off is coming on your menstrual cycle. We do it every month. It's a common monthly occurrence that, you know, happens. And that sometimes causes your pH to go a little higher than normal. And it can, again, throw off your pH balance. And next thing you know, you come off your cycle and you having a yeast infection. You irritated and you just uncomfortable and, you know, just all that. You all that. Now, another thing that commonly, I would say, causes the pH to be thrown off is actually intercourse. Yeah, just the mixing of the fluids. And I'm trying to be very careful how I say this so I won't get in trouble with YouTube, because people be saying I be saying stuff I should not be saying, and YouTube be flagging my videos, and I don't want that to happen. So just try to stick with me. Just try to stick with me and stay to the end of this video, because I'm going to announce something very important that you might be interested in. But yeah, the mixing of the juices and stuff will cause your pH to go awry, to go just be messed up and out of whack. Also, as you get older, things kind of change. Your hormones be doing stuff. If you ever take antibiotics for something, I mean antibiotics for not nothing that's related to the, you know, the vag, but if you got a sinus infection or something like that, you take those antibiotics and sometimes you end up with a yeast infection behind that, because it messed your pH up and it messed up the good bacteria when it was fighting the bad bacteria, and here you is itching and discomforted. Itching and uncomfortable. How about that? So yeah, so that's the deal with the pH. Now, what boric acid suppositories do are they help bring that pH balance to a normal range. It brings it back to the happy zone, the happy place that it wants to live in. And you can also, I know, you know, let me find, I'm gonna go find some pH strips, because now there are pH strips that you can use and you can test your pH at home. And you'd want to test the pH at home if you're having some issues. Like, you don't need to just be testing it unless you want to on a regular, just testing it to see what it is. If you're having some foul odor, some unusual discharge, or something going on down there, and you're not quite sure, then you can go ahead and test it for yourself. Use these pH strips. So let me find those. Give me just a second. Okay, I found my pH strips, and while I'm thinking about it, let me just go ahead and say that there are other ways to address a pH issue other than using boric acid, but for the sake of this video, we're just talking about boric acid suppositories. So these are the strips that I have, and there are a lot of different brands out there, but these are the ones that I'm using right now, and I will link these down in the description of my video. Down in the description area, that's where I talk about like who I am, what I do, and all that stuff. Down there is also that printout I told you about if you want some healthy tips on just how to maintain and have a healthy vag. That's down there. Also, it'll say like Quinn's favorite things or shop Quinn's favorite things or something for the link to these. Okay. So inside this little box comes this little card that gives you like a color coordinates, color scale. Is that a color scale of how you're supposed to use the strips, and it comes in a roll. So the actual strips themselves come in this roll right here, and you can actually just take this, a little piece of it, and just kind of, well, not too small a piece of it, but a piece that's good enough that you ain't gonna kind of like lose it up inside you. Take it and just rub it against the vaginal wall, or you can get like a little swab or something and then swab it on here, and you're gonna see what color it turns, and it's gonna let you know like what your pH is. So then you'll know, you know, what's normal, and it has on there like normal and abnormal on there. Okay. So that's if you want to know what your pH balance is. Now, of course, if you're having issues and you don't want to test no pH at home, and you just want to know what's going on real fast, and the thing that's going to comfort you is to go to the doctor, go to the doctor. I'm not anti-doctor here. I am pro doing whatever it is you need to do that's going to help you. So there we go. That was a really quick video about pH balance, or pH, testing pH, all that stuff, and boric acid suppositories. So I hope it was helpful to you. If you like the information, make sure you thumbs it up for me, please, and share it with the friend that might be able to use the information to help them. If you have any questions or comment, definitely leave them down below. We're not shy around here. We talk about it. We talk about it as much as we can talk about it, which actually leads me to my announcement. All right, so if you stayed to the end of the video like I asked you to do, first of all, thank you very much, and secondly, I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised. So I know I get a lot of questions, and I try to respond to as many of them as I can, but a lot of times they get into questions that are more about intimacy or about things that are very explicit adult topics, and I just cannot discuss those things here on YouTube. So I have decided that I am going to give y'all an opportunity to talk directly to me by just giving me a call. Yeah, just give me a call. There is a link down in the description how you can call me up and get your question answered. So go check it out. Once again, thank you for watching this video. Make sure to share it and do all the stuff, and I would love you forever, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.